All right. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh shoot, my camera's gotta be camera on my laptop's gotta be cleaned. Hold up. Does that look any better? And that looks better. A little bit. What up, guys? Haven't gone live in 2 months. Yo, right when I was about to go live, I was checking the last time I went live, and I went live the exact same day I did the last time, June 3rd. Exactly 2 months ago today, I went live last. It is now August 3rd. Last time I went live, June 3rd. I was like, yo, this is crazy. It was meant to be for me to go live tonight. What up, guys? What up, Magnus Prime? Sup, Smoked? Smoked Eflector Studios. Oh, that's a cool name. Greetings, Chris. What Transformers leaks have you uncovered this time? It's not really anything. Well, depending on how much you've kept up with my videos, it's not really anything new per se. It's just I'm just talking about whatever leaks that recently happened and whatever other stuff you guys want to talk about in the chat. That's basically it. I recently talked about them wanting to do Trans Tech in Studio Series, which, if you don't know what Trans Tech is, it was a canceled Transformers show. It was supposed to be the sequel to Beast Machines. So originally we were going to get a continuation of the G1 timeline continuity, whatever you want to call it, with Transtech after Beast Machines. But because of the low ratings and the low sales of Beast Machines, Transtech was canceled. And we ended up getting R80 2001 as filler. And then we got Armada the year after to take Transtech's place. But it seems like the concept art, John Warden is a huge fan of it, he said at SDCC just a few days ago or a week ago. He was talking about how he really likes Transtech and he wants to do them in the concept art studio series umbrella at some point, which could be 3 years from now, could be 7 years from now. We honestly do not know. For something like Transtech, I'd imagine it's going to be a bit of a wait, but it is something that they're eyeing to do at some point down the line, which 1 minute, which is amazing if you really think about it. What are people saying here? Can I be mod? I honestly have no idea how to make people a mod. Sorry. All right, man. Good. You, bro? Pretty good. Sup, Hilmy? Transformers 1, bro. Yes, sir. About a month and a half away. Can't wait. Supposed to be one of, if not the best Transformers movie made, so we're going to have to wait and see. I hope we get Deluxe Earthspark, Soundwave, Swindle, Tarantulas, or Skull Cruncher for the Generations line. Yeah, that would be cool. I wouldn't mind that. It's good to hear King Shockwave. But yeah, when I was reading the interviews for the San Diego Comic-Con Transformers team on TFW, and I saw that answer, like, jump. I don't even think. Here, let me pull up the exact question because I don't even think TFW was asking about Transtech. John Warden mentioned it on his own, if I remember correctly, what the exact question was. Hold on, I'm looking for the question here. So just that fact alone means that this guy really, truly does want to bring in Transtech at some point soon. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So TFW asks, what sort of things would you like to include in the Studio Series concept series in the future? So yeah, TFW didn't even mention Transtech to begin with. That was all on John Warden's brain and memory. So that is freaking insane, guys. I am a Transtech glazer for those of you who don't know. So this is like a fever dream for me. I heard somewhere we might get Energon Universe figures for the Generations Prime toy line. I think Axion Nexus said that in a video a few months back. That's a safe bet. We're going to be getting Energon figures regardless. But Yeah, I would really love Scorponok, and I would. There's so many different Energon characters I would love. Hot Shot, obviously, Chris Jam, duh. Uh, Optimus, definitely. Megatron and the Galvatron repaint, hell yeah. Starscream, Inferno would be cool. Snowcat, Demolisher. Some of the what were they called? Omnibots or Technobots? What were the like Strong Arm? I think they were called the Omnibots. Can't remember. It's been a while since I looked into Energon. Those would be cool. Yeah, there's so many stuff from Energon that would like Omega Supreme. What up? What up, Najee? Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. What up, Ultra Zero? How was your day? My day's been pretty good. How about you, dude? Any guesses on the next generation's commander class figure? Oh yeah, that's right. We haven't gotten that leaked yet for next year. I'd want to go with Big Convoy since he was teased on the box art for Magmatron. Either Big Convoy or maybe Thunderwing. That's what I could think of off the top of my head. Shock Blast, yes. Oh my God, Shock Blast is such an amazing character. He is hilarious in Energon. If you guys haven't watched any scenes with Shock Blast and Energon, you need to right now. He literally Naruto. Sorry, I'm really not the biggest anime fan with some of this stuff, but he literally does the freaking run that kind of run in the show when he's like high off Unicron's energy or blood. I can't remember what it was exactly, but he like sucked up some sort of Unicron energy and he got all crazy and huge and he started going on a killing spree and he started attacking everybody. It was crazy. It was epic. Yeah. A leader class, Energon, Shock Blast, please. Please in one. Could we just have G1 Megatron as a turret? I don't know. I mean, whatever they decide to do for the alternate mode for the leader class Megatron next year, I think it could work. Whether it's a tank, a jet, there's a thought in the back of my head that maybe just maybe Hasbro is gonna pull a fast one on us and really surprise us and actually make him a gun this time around. Whether it's like a Nerf gun or some sort of fake futuristic sci-fi gun, or if it's a real Walter P-38-esque gun. That would be really cool, but I don't know. I would take a tank or a jet, honestly. I really don't care. I'm really not one to be like, oh, he needs to be a gun or else I'm going to riot. No, I honestly don't care about that. As long as the figure looks good, he has excellent articulation, and he comes with good accessories, I'm going to be slobbering over that over that SS-86 Megatron any day. Oh, man. What are people saying here? Thunderwing, TF Prime, maybe? Nah, man. I'm talking about G1 Thunderwing. Hell no. I hope we get animated Ratchet, Megatron, Blitzwing, Lugnut, window for the Generations Prime toy line. We might. There's a possibility. Shock Blast is whoa, what's going on here? Shock Blast is one of my favorite designs for. Yeah, that's a good design. SS-86 Megatron could have a jet alt mode. Yeah, he could. Grammar left the chat. Hey, we all have our typo errors. Could we get War for Cybertron video game RC as a deluxe class? Definitely. It could happen someday. What up, Joe G Prime? How you doing today, man? Or tonight, I should say. Depending on where you are in the world. I'm hoping our next generation's commander class is Beast Wars 2 Magnaboss. That's an option. I would be so game for that. The original Magnaboss was GPS riddled, unfortunately, with Silverbolt. So, yeah, an update of that would be fantastic. I would love a Commander Class R80 2001 Megatron to go along with the new HasLab. That would be fantastic. You noticed me. Thank you. No problem, dude. Legacy can make a leader class G1 style blackout. Hell yeah. That would be amazing. This is so rare for me. Oh, man. I would like to see a leak for Sideways. Yeah, he's already coming. There was already a leak for him a couple months back. He's supposed to be, I think he's like a Walmart exclusive next year. It's going to be a 20th anniversary subline for Cybertron / Galaxy Force. So that's going to be pretty cool to see who else is in that wave, because we only know of a few characters, I think. The only ones that leaked, I think, were Excellion, Sideways, and there was another. I think there was another one that leaked. I can't remember who it was. But yeah, we only know like 2 or 3 figures out of that whole subline. So hopefully we get some bangers in that line next year. I mean the figure. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I would like a gamer edition of Ironhide from the War for Cybertron games. That is definitely coming soon. Man, I hope Thunderblast is in that wave. Oh, I think she is, actually. I can't remember, maybe. But yeah, that would be cool. With colors or not, I want to see the sculpt of Sideways. Oh, yeah, that would be cool to see. Man, I really want... This is what I really want, okay, guys? I want a new... what was I going to say? Oh boy, I want a new animated Lugnut. Leader class or commander class? He won the fan vote over 2 years ago to get a new figure, and we're still waiting on the figure to come out. It's been over 2 years already. Wait a minute. An imaginary light bulb just went over my head just now. We don't know the commander class for next year, right? Lugnut won the fan vote to get a figure in 2022, right? So let's connect the dots here. It takes a couple years to make a figure, right? So maybe the commander class next year is the fan vote animated Lugnut finally releasing. Just a thought. I'm not sure if we have all the leader classes for next year either, so maybe he's one of the leaders. But he could definitely be a commander class, 1,000%, especially with today's standards. What are people saying here? I'm curious. No one talked about Superion and when it will be shown. So, probably, well, Superion's going to be split into like 4 or 5 different waves over the span of like a year. So we're definitely not seeing Superion anytime soon, I'd say. Probably late next year or mid next year. So like a year away, probably, we're going to see Superion. Would Legacy take on the TF Prime Bumblebee as a remold of Smokescreen? That's not a bad idea. I could kind of see that work. I would kill for a Nominus Prime figure. That's a good idea. True. Chris with big brain. Yeah, boy. Since the Studio Series G1 Bumblebee is out, I'm starting to wonder if they will do one of Cliffjumper. Yeah, they probably will. They never pass up the opportunity to do a repaint of Cliffjumper from Bumblebee, in terms of the G1 stuff, at least. It's possible. As Repulse Con is next month. Yep. And they're going to be revealing Wave 1 of Generations Prime and probably the next wave of Studio Series, potentially, I think. So yeah, PulseCon next month is supposed to be pretty invigorating. Oh my god, time flies by so fast, guys. Like, I'm thinking about this just now, you know. PulseCon last year, I remember I was so excited for Wave 1 of Legacy United when that was revealed. I was doing a video on that. I remember recording it, uploading it, and that is almost a year ago now. It's crazy how time flies. Just thinking about everything where I was personally in my life and all sorts of stuff that I don't really want to get into, but it's just crazy how time flies and just the concept of time as a whole. It's crazy. Imagine if Hasbro can make SSIDW comic Voyager class Spark Eater. That would be crazy. I see what you did there, Ultra Zero. Spark Eater Voyager class. That would definitely reinvigorate my spirit to do some Spark Eater stuff. I want Cliff Jumper as a remold of that Studio Series Bumblebee. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I don't have battery. See you on Instagram or IDK by. All right, man. Thanks for stopping by. Catch you next time. Oh yeah, animated Lugnuts new figure will happen. They did not forget among Ratchet, Megatron, Blitzwing, and Swindle. Maybe, yeah. They're definitely not forgetting those animated guys. So, like, people are drilling Hasbro weekly, monthly, daily, hourly online for more animated figures. So they're definitely not going to leave those characters behind. What would you rather have for a Transformers live action film? Well, a movie that's actually blow my socks off amazing for once. We really haven't gotten that, well, at least spectacle-wise since Dark of the Moon, I'd say. Story-wise, we really haven't gotten that. I don't know. We really haven't gotten that ever. The closest thing to it probably is the 2007 movie or Dark of the Moon. But those are reaching a little bit. But yeah, just my want for a live action Transformers movie is super simple right now. I just want it to actually be amazing. I don't want just a decent or a good Transformers movie like Rise of the Beast. I want something that is amazing, something that knocks my socks off. Like when I went to go see Deadpool and Wolverine last week, that knocked my socks off. I haven't felt that way about a Transformers movie in about a decade. After the initial shock and hype of seeing Rise of the Beast for the first time wore off, well, to begin with, I was like, this movie's really good. In certain aspects, it's what we've been waiting for a long time, blah, 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 stuff like that. But after a while over time, I was like, it's decent, it's all right, but still, it's still not really the fantastic live-action Transformers movie we're looking for, honestly, unfortunately. So, Straxus, your thoughts? What do you mean, not like the new comic figure? If you're talking about that, it looks pretty good. Probably not going to be rushing out to get it because they're definitely going to be doing repaints on it. I'm not really too interested in the comic accurate deco. I want to get some of the other decos I want to consider whenever those come out. Animated Safeguard for Commander Class would be dope. Safeguard for Commander Class? Let me just jog my memory on Safeguard here. I don't know about Commander Class, dude. Leader Class, definitely. Commander Class is too much, man. For 2 Deluxe class sized or Voyager class size combiners, that's a little much to me. Yeah, Safeguard is not Commander class worthy to me, man. The first wave is with 2 members from Superion, Air Raid, Leg, and yeah. So we're at least going to see some of the members later this year. I already pre-ordered Straxus. Nice. One good CGI, but less screen time for the Transformers, or 2 bad CGI, but more screen time for the Transformers. I think the CGI was good for Rise of the Beast, especially with how often the Transformers were on screen. It's only when you like zoom in and get into specific details you notice issues with it. Like, if you're just a regular person watching the movie and not zooming in on every freaking frame of Optimus Prime, like a lot of dudes on TFW do, you're really not going to notice how bad the CG is outside of a few scenes from the movie. A lot of the problems people were saying with the CGI for Rise of the Beast were really, honestly, nitpicks, if you ask me. For what they had to do, I think they did a pretty good job. Could it be better? Yes, obviously, but I think people were really overreacting with the CGI. So I just take more screen time, honestly. As long as it doesn't look like a PS2 video game the whole time, I'm fine. If I ever find a new director for the next live action film, it should be Adam Wingard. Honestly, I don't remember that guy's name. What did he do? What did the Wingard do? Oh, I've seen this guy before. Godzilla and Kong. I don't know. Blair Witch was cool, but that was like, oh no, that's the 2016 Blair Witch. No. Oh, he did You're Next. That was a great horror movie. I went to go see You're Next when it first came out in 2011. Some of you guys in the chat were probably not even born yet, which is crazy. Looking at his discography, I mean, maybe. But if you're judging it just off of his discography, with movies like Godzilla and Kong 1 and 2, I don't know. We're probably in for just another decent movie. And we can't afford just a decent movie right now. We need a really good movie that makes a lot of money. Because if it's another ROTB, like Paramount, there's going to be some weird things going on if the G.I. Joe movie, G.I. Joe and Transformers movie is another 400-something million at the box office. You know, it wouldn't be good. What are people saying here? Yeah, how's it going, man? By when do you think? What's up, Ethan? How you doing, man? I'm doing pretty good. When do you think we'll be seeing SS86 Shockwave and Soundwave? I'm holding off on getting the Nemesis bridge set because of it. Well, we are getting that leader class Soundwave in Legacy, and that's supposed to come out in like a month or two. So I don't think we're going to be getting an SS86 Soundwave anytime soon, judging by the leader class release. But for Shockwave, he's not coming out next year because we already have basically all of the listings for Studio Series next year. But maybe in 2026 or 2027, I could see them doing an 86 movie Shockwave. So if you want to hold up, I definitely wouldn't get the Nemesis bridge set because there's going to be a leader class Studio Series 86 Megatron coming out next year. So I wouldn't get that 3-pack. I'd get the new leader class Soundwave in the upcoming leader class Megatron coming out. And if you're impatient by next year, just get the Siege Shockwave. That's still readily available, I think. So, but yeah, for Shockwave, definitely I'd see him in 2026 or 27. In Soundwave, maybe for well, the 40th anniversary is in 2026, so maybe they do want to do a new Soundwave by then. I have no idea what Hasbro's plans are. They're so random with stuff sometimes. Yes, finally. Thank you. Yeah, boy. What up, Boing Nanya? That's a silly name. Finally, someone thinks the people were overreacting about the CGI. Yeah, man. Yippity. Godzilla vs. Kong was, man, in my opinion, my favorite Godzilla movie is Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Honestly, I also thought King of the Monsters was a little meh. The last few MonsterVerse movies have been decent to me. Like, the only saving grace is the action. That's about it. The characters are so freaking bland and just stupid, especially with the new one. Oh my god, the Ace Ventura ripoff character in the new movie. Oh my god, that was so stupid. But again, the fights saved it. The fights were spectacular. Lorenzo needs to get fired. Yeah, I agree, especially with the news of him treating Stephen Caple Jr. like crap when he was talking about plans for the G.I. Joe Transformers movie. Yeah, get that guy the hell out of here. I used to love Godzilla. I had a little shelf of him, but when I watched RTB, I thought, okay, I was going to get Optimus, then that's it. But then I started liking Transformers more and more. Oh, that's cool. So you came in during RTB then, right? Lorenzo is the biggest menace to Transformers movies. Yeah, he's definitely up there. He is definitely up there. Eventually, my Godzilla shelf became the Transformers shelf in my closet. It has a second Transformers shelf. Oh, nice. It's always nice to hear and see new Transformers fans. And definitely taking your advice. Thanks. I was just about to say, designer Evan said they're planning something for the anniversary of the 86 movie. So SS86 has big plans, which all too excited for. Yeah, man, I agree. Yeah. Especially with the new Devastator coming out, they're definitely going to be redoing a lot of core characters. Yeah, I did. I was just talking about that about like 10, 15 minutes ago. Deadpool and Wolverine, 9 out of 10. I've already seen it twice in theaters. Yeah, I freaking love that movie. It's one of my favorite MCU movies of all time, I'd say. Just gotta fix this light. Probably my favorite since Endgame. When I first saw No Way Home, I was like, okay, this is spectacular. Marvel is back. But then we got some of the trash that followed after it. And then over time, No Way Home started to get a little stale for me, honestly, after I rewatched it a few times. I'm not the biggest fan of that movie anymore now. I still think it's decent, but it's got a lot of problems with it to me. But Deadpool and Wolverine, I love that movie. Now, not to say I won't have that same effect with Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't know. I may watch it again a few times over time and be like, okay, there's some problems with this movie. My hype died down and I'm seeing issues with it. But I don't know. I didn't want to go see No Way Home twice. So I guess that's a good sign subconsciously for me. So yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. I think it's the best version of Soundwave. It's a model kit from Flame Toys because of Voyager class like Soundwave. Oh, okay. Man, what happened to Deluxe Alita 1? Yeah, people have been talking about that. There's speculation that's because her last couple legacy figures were not selling well, which I honestly can't blame Hasbro. But I don't know, if you make Alita 1 more than just a crappy repaint for once, maybe, just maybe, she would sell at least decently. That's a little bit of a thought there, Hasbro. Yeah. Maybe if they did take a chance and do a deluxe Transformers 1, Alita 1 that's an actual new mold this time around, it probably would have sold well, especially with it being in Studio Series. It'll most probably come after Transformers 1. Yeah, probably. Every Saturday I'm buying a Transformer. It's not an addiction. It's a collecting habit. Oh, man. I wish I had the discipline to have dedicated days where I'm buying stuff. I just buy stuff whenever I'm feeling. Well, whenever I feel like it. Man, I wish I had your discipline. That's if you're telling the truth, Georgie. Oh, man. Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine, and I got my X-Force Wolverine right here. Booyah. Man, oh man. I think a G1 Elite 1 should have been a Voyager class, and I always had a question about Elite 1. Voyager class for an Elite 1 figure, I don't know about that. I heard before the summer that this Deadpool and Wolverine movie should be related to X-Men 97, but I didn't notice any connection since the action movie was superb. Yeah, they're not in the same universe. No. I'm always spending $50 or it's $30 if my mother is lucky. Man. That's how it be, dude. There was a whole lot of yapping in this interview. Not that that's a bad thing. There were a lot of good questions, actually, and a lot of good answers. But yeah, that was a lengthy interview. It was pretty good. That new MP Bumblebee re-release looks really good. I want to get that. I'm how did I delete it? I got the yawns. How did Elite 1 react after the death of Optimus Prime in the G1 continuity? Huh. Well, yeah, that's right. I don't think they ever showed Elite 1's reaction to him dying. Yeah, that's a good question. Well, obviously she would be sad. They were pretty close, you know. Well, yeah, that's a good question. They should have showed that back in the day, but people weren't thinking about stuff like that back then. They didn't think Transformers would be where it is today, 40-something years later, you know. So a little bit of that had to do with it. So unfortunately, some things were left untold or just never done back then, because they were just trying to sell toys. They weren't trying to think of longevity in 2024, 40 years from now, you know. Oh man. Where are all you guys from? Are all you guys in the US or Canada, Mexico, Africa, Europe? I'm curious where everybody's from, where all my subscribers are in the world. Where you guys at? Do you think we'll get a missing link Megatron that transforms into a pistol? There's a good chance that we will, because it's being made by Takara, and you know, Japan has vast different rules about toy guns than in the US. And plus, it's, you know, the G1 figures just with added articulation. So just off of that alone, it's very plausible that we could get missing link G1 Megatron that's a pistol. I'm from India. Oh, okay, nice. USA. Okay. First, it was Pixar Cars, but it was okay because they're only $5.10. But Transformers, you already know how it is. From what I've been telling you. Yeah, man. Yeah, Transformers has gotten expensive over the last 10 years. I'm in Houston. Nice. Got some USA people in here. Got Azratron from India. And Ethan is from Africa. All right, nice. Africa. So we got people from all over the world in the live. That is pretty cool. That's the one thing about the internet and like gaining a following on social media and like interacting and talking with people. You get to see people from other parts of the world that you wouldn't normally meet or see in real life generally. So this is really cool. Do any of you guys collect Marvel Legends in here? That's basically been my most recent figure pickups. I got Marvel Legends Miss Marvel in. I got the Bucky cap from Hasbro Pulse because he was on sale for $16. Could not pass that up. I love the New Avengers run. So yeah. Yeah, man, really enjoy your videos. Thank you, Ethan. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you guys for the support. I could not do it without you guys, honestly. Um, you guys keep me monetized and you guys keep me going. You guys really are my rock, so I appreciate all of you. Do you know anything about X-Men 97? Because it stopped in that scene with Egypt and Apocalypse introduced himself and Sabanur. No, I honestly have not watched X-Men 97. To tell you the truth, guys, I am not the biggest 90s X-Men fan. Okay, where I get most of my X-Men knowledge is from the Astonishing X-Men run, um, and anything from 2004 to around 2014. That's my X-Men bread and butter. Astonishing X-Men all the way, honestly. I had a phase where I did like 90s X-Men for a few years. I had a lot of the Marvel Legends, but I sold them off. But after a while, I was like, I really don't like this as much. And I prefer Astonishing X-Men, that whole era. Oh, yeah, I got Astonishing Wolverine, too. That is a great figure outside of no boot swivel. I would be surprised if they sell Dio Team Optimus for, I don't know, a reasonable price. He did get re-released like a year or two ago as a Target exclusive. I don't know how easy that is on the aftermarket now, but maybe they're going to do it again. You never know with Hasbro. If the demand is there, which I think it is with that Optimus, they're going to keep doing it, I enjoy your videos very much. Thank you, Prime. I appreciate it, dude. Oh, I love you guys. You guys just put the sweetest smile on my face. No, that's not how I actually smile. I'm from Europe. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. Man, Gabriel. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to watch my live at 3 a.m. You are sacrificing quality sleep for me, Chris Jam, my live? Huh. Man, you're amazing. I'm sticking to Transformers. I'm going to be starting a third-party IDW shelf soon. Oh, man, dude, I tried with third-party stuff for a little bit. I couldn't do it. Too expensive, too much to keep up with. And honestly, the quality of plastic in terms of like picking up a figure to mess around with, it doesn't feel that great with third-party. You don't get that same feeling like you do with Hasbro, unfortunately, at least to me. And of course, that also depends on where you get your figures from, what company, and what figure it is. But yeah, third party really isn't for me, honestly. Unless if it's the movie masterpiece figures, I do like those. I have a question about your recent video. You said it might take place in the Bayverse continuity. I think it might take inspiration from the universe, but not set in it like what Earthspark did. Yeah, it's a possibility too. I was actually thinking about that yesterday. But the recent insider scoops about the show are very cool. It seems like Hasbro might finally be listening to us to get a show that's not just a rehashed storyline that we've gotten a bunch of times before. Hopefully that's the case with whatever this new cartoon is going to be. What up, bro? I was lagging. How you doing? Pray for Dio Team Optimus to come back. I mean, yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't mind it. With pleasure. Oh yeah, Gabriel. Yeah, bruh. Oh man, what would be a good figure I'd want to see from Hasbro? Oh boy. Oh, I really want to see the Dark of the Moon Wheeljack. That's supposed to be coming out next year. Oh, I'm praying it is not riddled with clear plastic. But knowing Studio Series and knowing modern day deluxe class figures, it will be. And it's going to break my heart if it is. I hope Hasbro learns their lesson someday about clear plastic, man. good now that I'm off work. That's how we all feel, don't we? We need some new AoE Dinobots. Yes, we need them all at Commander class, or honestly, we need them all at Titan class. Honestly, like leader class AoE Dinobots. Come on, we don't need that. That's out of scale. Commander class or Titan class, please. Yeah, and the fact they haven't completed that team. Grimlock came out in 2018. That's almost 7 years ago now. And we still haven't gotten any of the other members. But since then, we've gotten a complete team of the G1 Dinobots in Studio Series. Come on, Hasbro. That's stupid. We need concept transit. That would be really cool, but before they do transit and the concept art subline, I would prefer some other characters first. Transtech comes to mind. Some Bayverse characters that didn't make the cut back in the day would be fantastic. Oh, man. The possibilities are endless with Studio Series now. Sometimes I feel like the Cybertronians are more nicer than humans are. Yes, they're the Decepticons, but still rescue bots state the obvious facts about the sins we humans make, and all of it is true. Yeah, dude, I feel you. People can suck sometimes. Yeah, man. This is why we have stuff like this as an escape from, the stupidity of the world sometimes. I definitely know the feeling, bro. Yep. Hold on. Moving my laptop. There we go. It's raining outside, which means it is going to be a nighttime of good sleeping. Anytime it rains overnight, it's always a good sleep. Yeah, that's why I'm here. Hey, I'm glad I can be an escape for you, man. I think about that sometimes. I'm like, do people watch my videos as like an escape from like whatever's going on in their life sometimes? And you just confirm that. And I do get comments like that once in a while too. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it's crazy how long ago he came out. I remember seeing somewhere a while ago that they said they wanted to finish. Oh shoot, a bunch of comments just shot up. Oh my god, just shot up. They wanted to finish the 86 Dinobots first, then they will work on AoE Dinobots. Yeah, that's what they said. So hopefully, fingers crossed, in the next year or two, we get some more AoE Dinobot members. If you were to become a Transformer, which would you live as? Jazz or Hotshot? Typical answer. You guys know me. Jazz and Hotshot are my boys. What upcoming figures are you looking forward to in the coming year? Dark of the Moon Wheeljack, Leader Class Fallen, whatever the Commander class is going to be, Leader Class Age of Extinction Optimus, Armada Red Alert. I'm super excited for that. He's supposed to be Wave 1, I think, and he's a Voyager, so there's a lot of room for him to be absolute peak. So I got high hopes for that figure. Leader Class Onyx Prime. Yeah. There's a lot I'm excited for next year. Widowmaker is another one. I can't remember all the leaks for next year, but the Hearts of Steel 2-pack coming out. I really want that. Those designs are killer. We need a G1 cartoon continuation, Transformers 88. I don't know about that. There's a lot of especially since we're already sort of coming off of that with Earthspark. They're using continuity stuff from G1 and Earthspark, like using scenes for the promo and stuff like that. I don't think that would be the best idea. We just need something fresh and new, honestly. You'll be willing to pay $250 for AoE Dinobots out of curiosity is more convenient. Commander class being $100. Hold on, I'm not sure what you're getting at, Gabriel. You will be paying. It is. I'm not sure what you're saying. I really want a show with Alita 1 as the main spotlight character, as Alita 1 has gotten a lot of recognition in the last few years, and when Bumblebee became a fan favorite character, they gave him that. With Alita 1, I don't know. I think maybe it could work. But me personally, I'm really trying to see somebody else other than Alita 1. She's already gotten stuff in recent years. She's a main character in the new movie. She's already a main character in Earthspark. I don't know, somebody else other than Alita 1 for me personally. But if the story's good, it could work with anybody, honestly. Figure I want from the SS concept art subline will be early design Devastator by Massive Black. Are you talking about the Bayverse design for him? I'm trying to remember what that was, but it was probably fire, so I'm going to say yes to it anyway. What is the Transformers figure you want the most in the future? Oh boy, there's a ton. I don't know. A couple of them got done this year. Magmatron, Tidal Wave, Hot Shot, Starscream. And a couple of them are coming out, like Red Alert, Wasp, Fallen. An IDW Stealth Bomber Leader Class Megatron would be fantastic. Or Commander Class. That would be amazing. Hello there. What up, Omega Maximus? I read that in the Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan Kenobi voice, as you should, when anytime somebody texts you, hello there. It's just a common courtesy at this point these days. My introduction to Transformers was the 86 movie, the Unicron Trilogy 2007 movie, animated, and Prime. That's basically the same for me. The order for me was, I'm trying to remember, it was so long ago. Oh boy. I think I saw the 2007 movie first. Then I was clamoring for more Transformers media, so my mom got me Transformers Energon on DVD at Walmart shortly after. I watched all of that. I loved it. So I have a special place in my heart for Energon. Then Animated came out a few months later, so I was hooked on that. Then a little while after that, Revenge of the Fallen came out. Then Animated got canceled. Then Prime came out. I was watching that throughout my my elementary school years, and yeah, I'm in the same boat basically. In the '86 movie, I watched for the first time right after I saw, around the time I saw Revenge of the Fallen. A little after I saw Revenge of the Fallen. What's the most you'll pay for 86 Magnus? Lucky enough for me, I got him right when he came out. I got him for my birthday, actually, so I didn't even pay for it. So I'm very fortunate to have that figure. But if I didn't have him and I had to pay secondary market prices for him now, maybe that's a tricky one because I really don't like overpaying for new figures. Maybe 120, I'd say. That would be my cutoff. I wish they would revisit those obscure characters from the original cartoon, even those that don't transform. I agree. There needs to be some sort of shift in what characters they focus on. It's been the same ones for too long now. Or if you still want to do the same characters, switch it up to the point where it's interesting and it's written well. And we just haven't gotten that. Gabriel, now you're writing it in different languages? What the hell, man? You'll be willing to pay $250 for Dragon Class AoE. Dinobot is more. Oh, are you? Oh, do you speak a different language? Because there's a bit of a language barrier, probably. Again, I'm not sure what you're saying, bro. I'm sorry. I was expecting an Autobot Decepticon Peace Treaty in Earthspark Season 2, but no, instead we are back to Decepticons, Autobots versus... Yeah, I heard about that. Honestly, I can't even remember if I watched Season 2 of Earthspark. That's how much I don't care about the show. I am legit not lying to you guys. I cannot remember if I've seen Season 2. I'd flip out for a Stealth Bomber Megatron. Yep, exactly, yep. Do you think DC Comics as a whole works as lighthearted and campy or dark and gritty? I think a mix of both works anytime for anything, honestly. Well, not anything, but for DC, a mix of both would be nice. I used to watch the cartoon at my grandma's house back in 86, 88. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm that old. Oh, boy. We got an OG in the house. AMP Transformers. What's up, man? That's cool, though. It must have been something else watching G1 back then. Because if you think about it, there really was nothing like it back then when Transformers came out. There wasn't different iterations. There wasn't other cartoons from 10, 15, 30 years ago to be like, oh, this is better, that's better. It was just strictly G1 season 1 through 4. You know, different times, man. It's crazy. Where do you think the Transformers G1 cartoons started to go downhill in terms of quality, 86 or season 3? I think their big mistake was how they handled the 86 movie. Regardless of how iconic it is nowadays, back then it was not viewed the way it is now. Their big mistake definitely was them killing off so many key A-list characters in the 86 movie. It just didn't work once they came back for season 3 and 4. And plus, just in general, with them going off Earth and the missions that they were doing, it really wasn't anything intriguing outside of a couple storylines with the Quintessons. Yeah, definitely the 86 movie. It fell off after. Oh, man, we got some thunder, rain going on tonight. What is your hope for James Gunn's DC universe? I saw a lot of people freaking out over the set photos. I don't think it's going to be as bad as people are making it out to be just from set photos. That's silly to me. The costumes do look a little cheesy, but I'm sure it's going to be fixed up during post-production. I think it could be good. I didn't like his Suicide Squad movie. I don't know, just something about his style he did with that movie I wasn't a big fan of. But if this Superman movie is good, I think they got a shot. I think it could work. But obviously we haven't seen anything yet, so just got to wait and see until next year, you know. From the most recent trailer for Transformers 1 week, we saw footage of Optimus Prime and Megatron. Do you think that maybe half of the movie at least is going to have them fully evolved? Honestly, I think they're going to save that as like a character arc. I don't think we're going to get that until the end of the second act or at the start of the third act. I don't know. The movie is supposed to only be an hour and 30 minutes long, so we honestly don't know the pacing of it. So maybe they're evolved for half of the movie, but if we're just thinking of typical movie pacing, I'd assume it's going to be towards the end of the second half or at the beginning of the third half when they're fully, you know, the typical Megatron and Optimus that we know them as. Why didn't we get X-Men and Fantastic Four after Endgame? It's a simple answer, man. It's because of what happened when they bought Fox. You know, that those things take time. And plus, hold on, I gotta sip some. So the merger took time. There was a lot of moving pieces with that. And plus, if you think about it, around that time, the last Fantastic Four movie bombed, and it was only a few years ago when that movie came out. And X-Men Dark Phoenix came out the same year as Endgame. I know it's hard to believe since nobody remembers that movie because of how terrible it was. But the last X-Men movie we got was in 2019. That was only a few years ago. So it makes sense from the legal perspective of the buyout and from an actual media perspective, the damage that Fox did to Fantastic Four and X-Men in the theaters. So it's a good thing that they waited this long to put out a Fantastic Four movie, because by the time the movie comes out next year, it's going to be 10 years since the last movie that movie was terrible. And then I'm assuming by the time they do an X-Men movie in the MCU, it's going to be roughly around 10 years since Dark Phoenix. So I think that's a good wait time, honestly. Especially with what they're doing in the MCU structurally, slowly introducing Fantastic Four characters and X-Men characters in the mix. I think it's a good idea all around. Would I like to get it sooner? Yes, but logistically and how the world is right now, it just made sense that they just waited so long to introduce them. I think he's asking about the AoE Dinobots because you mentioned that they need to be Commander or Titan class. So I think he's asking if you're willing to pay Titan or Commander class. Okay, yeah. Well, for scaling, I would definitely prefer Titan class, but to save some money to help out my wallet, definitely Commander class. But it's a tricky situation, honestly. If they're spread out, since they're a Titan class, it wouldn't be as bad. So honestly, I wouldn't mind paying Titan class for all the AoE Dinobots. I have to go now. Sorry, but all right, man. Thanks for stopping by anyway, Azatron. Excuse me, I'm from Romania and I'm translating as correctly as possible so you can understand. Oh, okay, no problem, dude. I understand, man. I got you. I hope Batman has white eyes in James Gunn's DC universe. That would be pretty cool. Lorenzo is the worst. 1000% agree. 112 Optimus? What is that? I forgot which. I don't keep up with the numbering for Studio Series. Which Optimus is that? Is that the new Transformers 1 Optimus? Oh, okay, yeah, it is. All right. Yeah, that looks like a decent figure. I don't plan on getting it, but what are you talking about? Just whatever you guys are talking about in the chat. I was talking about Transformers leaks. I was talking about the MCU and stuff. Just whatever. Who would be the best X-Men roster in the MCU? Wolverine not included. Sunfire, Havoc, Zarin, Beast, Professor X, Emma Frost, Cyclops, Colossus. Did I say Kitty Pryde already? And Iceman. Those are my 10. How you doing, boss? Watching you from Russia. Hey. We got Russia in the building. What up, Superior? How you doing, man? I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good tonight. Can't complain. Before I was into Transformers, I was into Thomas and Friends, Batman, Spider-Man, Justice League, Fantastic Four, and X-Men. Okay, nice. Yeah, I'm into Marvel quite a bit. In my opinion, Transformers 1 is a standalone. Yeah, it is. It is not. No matter what that goofball says, Transformers 1 is not connected to any movie continuity. I had rumors that the X-Men in the MCU will be all women. No. That's not happening. And if it does, and if it is happening, I don't know. That'd be kind of weird, you know. But I don't think that's happening. That would be too drastic. Maybe as like an alternate multiverse thing that could work, but as the main 616 X-Men, no. I'm super excited. I'm super excited that Warden said we might get show accurate animated and studio series. Yeah, they've been teasing that for a few years now, since about 2022. So they're definitely putting it out there the past couple of years. I think the earliest we could see animated in studio series, they also have been talking about putting Prime in studio series the past couple of years. So the earliest I could see those two in studio series is maybe 2026, 2027. One of those years, maybe. Did you hear Steven and Lorenzo got into an argument? Yeah, I did a video on that. It's ridiculous. Who is the best Spider-Man, Peter Parker or Miles Morales? Peter Parker, hands down. I like Miles, but I just think Peter has more iconic stories. I'm sorry, Miles. I never understood why they didn't use Red Line for animated designs. Maybe that line would have been more successful that way. No. I don't think that would have worked because they got to transform, and that would have been very controversial. I wouldn't have liked that, and I know a ton of people out there wouldn't like that. Watching you from Mexico. Oh, nice. Thank you for watching, man. Mexico. We got people from all around the world in here. Why is Transformers Energon neglected from the Legacy toy line? It's a simple answer, man. It's because Energon is not well received in the fandom in terms of the cartoon. People love the toy line. It's the cartoon that gives the whole Energon umbrella a bad rap. So, yeah, unfortunately. I would love to see more Energon, and we probably will soon, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, guys, it's getting late. I've been live for over an hour. I think I'm going to bounce. I appreciate everybody who stopped in the live, all of my supporters. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart, honestly. I really do. Yeah, I think I'm going to end it there, guys. Thank you for everybody stopping by. I will catch you guys in the next live stream. Bye.